There, folks, it's me, Chris, with Gig Man's Life. Yeah, baby, it's a Gig Man's Life indeed. And of course, on this channel, we're all about the gig economy, freelancing on the internet, ride share, delivery, hell, anything but OF, okay? Because mostly that would be considered extortion in my case. So, we don't want to go get felony charges, racketeering, and other shit. Just not something we want to do. But of course, there is times we have to go and say, paid to drive. I just wish, please stop doing the videos in your car. I know that it's a space. I know that you just want to write off more personal time in your vehicle, but you can write off a lot more time outside of it. Find a spot in the world, you know, just like doing my video right now while I'm washing my dishes. Automation is one of those things, and it's the key point to this whole video as well. But also the factor that, one of the first things he brings up is the restaurants giving, you know, discounts on future orders for bad service and everything else. That's gone on for decades. That's as far as I have ever done any restaurant work. Giving people money or opportunity to have money ready for them to spend is a good idea. And, it doesn't cost you anything more than the merchandise shortfall, because some of the best advertisement is word of mouth. I know a restaurant over in West Springfield called LaCorey's Pizza. Great pizza, great food. And they do not spend a lick of a dime on any advertising past the soccer team, because that soccer team was the only thing. And he's true Italian. Tony is a true Italian. And, it's one of those things, you give more food. You don't go and spend money on advertising, because the food is the advertising. This is how you sell it. And if you have bad experiences and the restaurant hears about it, of course I'm going to give you $5 off on your next $25 order. Of course, I'll give you an extra set of wings with your next order. That type of advertising, you can't beat it. And then, of course, DoorDash, you get these managers and stuff. And this is the reason why I will tell you, have a body cam now, even for anything delivery, that you are documenting your side of the story. Because yes, you will have managers that have power issues, because they think that they rule the whole world. They don't go and say, because I will say they have done things because of certain managers on the platform. Like when you go into pick up a food order from McDonald's and some other restaurants, there is a sequence that you have to get from them to type into your phone so that it confirms that you got the order. That is much better than, oh, confirm it before I give it. I need to see the label, because I have to make sure that you're giving me the right order, for as far as I can see, because I can't look into the bag to check. And I got into a whole thing, and she's like, you'll never be back here. And I'm like, you know what? A month later, I was back there. That manager was gone, or just wasn't on shift. Because here's the thing, even DoorDash does go and look at what you're being reported on compared to the amount of deliveries you've done, and even at that place without getting a complaint from the store. So, yes, they will look at when you try to ban us, whether or not it's a legitimate ban. So, thinking that, they can do this, but yes, if you got enough against you, and now with them wanting to push the DOT program further with their delivery drones, you're in the hot seat. And having a body cam for your own record, so that if somebody starts something that is going to become something, you can go and say, hey, look, this was the situation. Oh, you want to say this and that. That's why I'm going to tell you, also got to go and have a dash cam to keep records, because they are out to get rid of us. They will find any and every which way to do so. So, I just want to go and end this with how you see the thumbnail. Yes, it's always the fun of going like this and saying, yeah, this is how things go. But, of course, as I'm saying, and I'm keeping, make sure you have a body cam. Make sure that you are keeping records. Keep attention, especially of those who threaten you, because if you're just doing the function of the job and they are threatening you already, that means that they're not being objective about the situation. They are being way past the point that you can seriously trust that they are not going to give a false report. So have your ducks in a row. If you have an issue with the restaurant playing games with you, doing that, you got to report it. And unfortunately, they're going to go and always have that moment of saying, well, you don't have proof. Have the proof. Have the body cam, have the ability to make sure that you can go and report them just as well as the evidence will show. And of course, that is also at the same time, you might have to go and start wearing a sign that says, I'm recording, just to cover your own ass. But anyways, folks, you have yourself a great day. I hope it's a profitable and safe one for you. Check out these videos that you see popping up so that you can go and support the channel. Just go and make sure that you hit that subscribe button. It will do so much more for this channel than you'd ever know. Thank you very much.